Hi, everybody out there in YouTube land. Um, I wanted to elaborate again on the Holy Grail and the blood over intent, and how this act allows you to see what's really going on. You are not in a ball on a ball floating in space, spinning, thousands of miles an hour, stemming from monkeys. You're not. The Holy Grail is real. 2019, there should be an exodus of 144,000 people. To not talk about anything but the Holy Grail is cockroach-like in nature. Myself, I have went off topic, and to YouTube, everybody in YouTube, I apologize. Please forgive me. I won't. I don't want to be a shill and bash people. I don't do that stuff. I don't even like bashing the shills back, but you know what? Sometimes they deserve it. They got it coming to them. And if you're not going to be with us, I mean, just step aside, but you don't have to, say a bunch of nasty things and lie. And this is going to happen whether you say anything or not. All you're doing is just stepping on toes unnecessarily. But anyway, all compasses point south. All compasses point north, but it's actually south because it's the north end of your compass needle, seeking a south pole. The black sun is fixed, and it's at the center of the dish. And from the black sun, coming up from the black sun, is the northern lights, which is the aurora borealis, which hits the top of the dome, coming down, showering down, creating the matrix code. Everything was perfect at one point in time through the golden age of Saturn, but a virus came into the machine, because you are in a matrix, came into the machine and created the moon, which is a rib of the earth, and it has been poisoning the well and cutting off half of your mind, half of your brain, so that you can't see what's going on in front of you in plain sight. Spelling in school has been, through spell casting. We don't even realize the words we're saying. Consciously, we're saying them, but subconsciously, we're not picking up the reverse, because the human brain is way more advanced than we even know ourselves. Each and every individual is way more advanced than they know themselves. They're seeing but a pale imitation of what they really are. And the mind is capable of much, much greater things. So through some reversals in reverse speech, we were learning that this is true. David John Oates did speech reverse to uncover lies that people say. And he's right, You can't hide from your lies through reverse speech. If it's there, they're going to find it. That is part of it. I was encouraged to use reverse speech, and I did, and I kind of went off on my own tangent about things, but I'm going to go back on track here, staying with the Holy Grail. So my reversals will be everything pertaining to the Holy Grail. When I talk about pertaining to the Holy Grail, again, center of the dish, all compasses point in that direction. North, the North Star, the Polaris, and this is where I want to delve into the matrix code itself. And I didn't really get a chance to ask Satan. There was a lot of people talking, and we were having technical issues. But the matrix code itself, I believe, is very similar to the technology that they've learned. Scientists have learned now with 7D technology. The 7D technology is capable of creating holograms, just like you and me. And not only are they holograms, they have substance to them because of something that they're doing with photons. The photons are actually giving them an actual form that you can touch. And then, of course, the laser beams and the interference program, or interference beams, the way that they use them, one on top of the other, creating the image. Yeah, so if they can create holograms that are as real as me and you can touch them, and that does, in my opinion, solidify that we are holograms or holographic in nature. Since atoms are 99.9% empty space and we're all made of atoms, doesn't that prove it? Really? I mean, some things are just as simple as they are. That's it. It is what it is. It's as simple as that. So we're holographic in nature, so that means we're in a machine. If we're in a machine, we're in a matrix. If we're in a matrix, that means that the real us is somewhere else. And we need to get there. When do we need to get there? Now. Who holds the keys? Quasi-Luminous, aka Satan. And he will go across the bridge. He will throw the bridge keeper off. He will get his power fully restored, come back, whisk us over there as quickly as he can. The blink of the eye, I bet. Give us all of our power back. And as 144,000 of us, we will grab the seeds. We will bring them back after we drink the living waters and become immortal gods. Basically, from their perspective, we're immortal gods, but we're just who we are. Because everybody will be immortal. I guess the word God isn't really appropriate, but immortal, super immortal beings, like indestructible. But that's what we should have been in the first place. You know, like, if you think about it and from this aspect, what about if it's just not everybody... What if we got a virus, and the virus got in the machine, and it couldn't be smarter than us? So what was the second thing that it could do? Make everybody dumber than it, right? So how did it do this? It shut off our half of our brain. And once half of our brain was shut off, we couldn't see things hiding in plain sight. So if there was an exit, we wouldn't know about it anymore because our memories were erased. It couldn't destroy us. So it had to take our memories. And that's when the moon was created. Moon is a rib of the earth, poisons the well, sending out a square wave, keeping us shut off from our other half of our brain, not allowing us to see the truth. It's hidden in plain sight. And he's right, 100%. So, anyway, you know, like, getting back to the grail, we have to get there. We have to get the seeds, bring those seeds back, plant them, and create these giant super trees, which will connect and give everybody immortality that is already living here through the drinking of the water, and allow both sides of the coin to be accessible. And release everybody from slavery, bondage. You know, no time and money. It's all got to go. So the 144,000 are going to do this. The Exodus will happen, as far as I know, in May of 2019. And the sooner we do it, the better. Get your blood up. Get out there. Start spreading the word. You know, use YouTube videos. Use whatever it takes. But leave everyone else alone. You know, they're asleep. Just do it through your videos. Don't say anything to anyone else. Just do it through your videos. But make sure you're only talking about the grail, guys. And gals. Only talking about the grail. Only the grail. That is very important. And it was stressed to me. And we, as the 144,000, you know, we have our pride. You know, we got our pride. But that interferes with things, right? It's a distraction. You can choose whatever name you want. Again, like, it doesn't matter what name. Names are just names. It doesn't mean fuck all, to be honest. It's about the intent and what you're doing with that intent. And as long as it's towards acts of selflessness, the goal will be achieved. So we all have to remember that. You know, you have to remember that. Everyone out there has to remember that. Thank you.